brilliant. My life is brilliant. My love is pure. I saw an angel, of that I'm sure. She smiled at me on the subway. She was with another man, but I won't lose no sleep on that, 'cause I've got a plan. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. It's true. I saw your face in a crowded place, and I don't know what to do, 'cause I'll never be with you. Yes, she caught my eye as we walked on by. She could see from my face that I was fucking high, and I don't think that I'll see her again, but we shared a moment that will last till the end. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. It's true. I saw your face in a crowded place, and I don't know what to do, 'cause I'll never be with you. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. It's true. There must be an angel with a smile on her face when she thought up that I should be with you. But it's time to face the truth. I will never be with you.
When your baby leaves you all alone and nobody calls you on the phone, don't you feel like a crying? Don't you feel like crying? Well, here I am, honey. Come on. When you're all alone in your lonely room, and there's nothing but the smell of her perfume, don't you feel like a crying? Don't you feel like crying? Don't you feel like a cry? Come on, cry baby, won't you walk with me? Oh, yeah. When you're waiting for a voice to come in the night, but there's no one. Don't you feel like a cry? Cry to me. Don't you feel like crying? Cry to me. Don't you feel like a cry, crying? Cry to me. Don't you feel like a cry, crying? Don't you feel like
Bless you, my son. Thank you. I'm so nervous. Well, friends and family, welcome. As you know, these are difficult times to plan or attend any large event, especially a wedding. Special thanks to Alex and Aaron for welcoming us into their beautiful home. So on behalf of Leah and Cole and their families, I want to welcome you today to witness this special time of celebration that Leah and Cole shall long remember. They are thankful that you are here to share in their joy. There are several family members and friends that we would like to remember today. We will now take a moment, closing our eyes and bringing to mind those loved ones who could not be here today. Though they are absent physically, we welcome them through our thoughts and share in their loving presence. As we celebrate the joining of Leah and Cole in marriage, let us acknowledge God's presence and ask for his blessing. Joey, Leah's uncle, will lead us in a blessing for the couple. Joey.
Watch the dress.
Cole, Leah, I am so happy for both of you. I'm gonna not tear up here, I promise. So, may your marriage always bring glory to God, joy to one another, and blessings to your family for many generations to come. May love and laughter fill your hearts and your home throughout all the days of your lives. May you face every challenge hand in hand and side by side, knowing that with God's grace, you will conquer all obstacles together. May the world be forever a better place because the two of you fell in love. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thanks, Joey.
Thank you, Joey. The exchange of vows is a very important part of the wedding ceremony. Vows provide the foundation of marriage for a lifetime. Today, Leah and Cole will declare their commitment to each other by sharing their vows. Yeah,
I was like, do you have them?
Cole, you get to go first.
All right. Excellent. Why are you nervous? I, Cole, stand here ready to take you, Leah, to be my wife, best friend, and lifelong partner in marriage. Leah, I want to start this off by just saying I love you. This is without a doubt the happiest day of my life. And I cannot wait to go through the rest of our lives side by side together. I still remember meeting you for the first time at a party in college. I know, real original. Thanks to my sister's obsession with setting people up, we had been texting each other for the summer leading up to our first semester at Cal State Fullerton. Having never met, I had an overwhelming feeling of emotions take over me. Happy, scared, anxious, excited, a little bit how I feel right now. But leading up to that moment, every emotion under the sun. I walked around for about 10 minutes just searching for you aimlessly, didn't know where you were, thought maybe you decided not to show up or something, and then as I walked into a crowded room, I scanned the faces and there you were. At least I thought it was you, I just only knew pictures, so. We made eye contact, awkwardly kind of smiled and waved at each other, and then you looked away. I thought, oh man, maybe she thinks I was catfishing her or something. But then you started to make your way towards me. While you shuffled your way through the crowd, I had hundreds of thoughts run through my head just for what to say to you, and then bam, there you were, big beautiful smile and all, awkwardly did a little one-armed hug, and I don't even remember what we said to each other because the music was blaring so loud. And then you ended up just walking out with your friends. But I remember thinking to myself, wow, very cute, very nice smile, beautiful eyes, a little smaller than I was expecting. But we hardly said anything to each other, but in that quick little moment of meeting you, I knew you were going to be someone special in my life. This small moment was the catalyst for many, many more new, exciting moments that compiled over the last 10 years that have led us to this exact moment here. You and I are getting married. Crazy, right? For me growing up, I never really thought about marriage. Never thought about falling in love. Never thought about wanting to start a family. Never thought about spending 24/7 with partner in crime. Now that's all I can think about. Leah, we are here now getting married. I'm madly in love with you. And I constantly think about the wonderful family we'll eventually have together.
Soon.
There was no one else I'd rather choose to go through life's journey with. You may be small in stature, but what I love about you most is that you have the biggest heart of anyone I know. Your ability to care for not only me, but others is unlike anything I've ever seen. You're a wonderful mother to our puppy Lila, and I know one day you'll be a perfect mother to our future children. Your willingness to put others before yourself and your kind soul have always had me in awe. You have filled my life with joy and have given me a sense of love that I didn't know was possible. Your inviting eyes and radiant smile have always been able to break down my tough macho outer exterior. Whenever I'm having a bad day or just feeling down about something, you always know how to warm me up with your big smile and kindness. You are my best friend, you understand me, you accept me for who I am, and I always want to thank you for supporting me and loving me unconditionally. Today marks the start of the rest of our lives together. Our clocks are ticking when it comes to time on this earth, and I promise not to take 1 second for granted while I'm with you. I promise to love you unconditionally on both your good and bad days.
Lots of those.
I promise to love you for who you are and who you'll become. I promise to be patient and to remember that all things between us are rooted in our love. I promise to nurture your dreams and to help you reach them. I promise to share my heart with you and to remember to show you how deeply I care for you, no matter the challenges that come in our way. I promise to brutally murder any spider that crosses your path, no matter how big or small.
I'm holding you to that.
I promise to sing Taylor Swift, Avril Lavigne with you when we're in the car, because I somehow know all of the words. Next page. I promise to make you smile and laugh even when you are just through the roof annoyed with all of my antics. I promise to continue to be your adventure buddy and always make time for us to experience the joys of life together. And lastly, I promise to love you loyally and fiercely for as long as I shall live.
That's very
We kiss.
No, we can't kiss.
No kissing, no,
No,
no
we'll hug though.
no. Okay, Cole, your first task.
Okay. First
Leah,
task
please
is-
Oh
proceed.
gosh, I have to go too.
Leah, please present your vows to Cole.
That's
Because you have a quiet voice.
Hello.
Is
Okay.
this thing on?
Can you guys hear me? No. Okay. Hello.
He'll turn it up.
DJ Griff. Hello.
We need a 10 on the scale for the volume.
Just use this.
He'll turn it on. Go ahead.
Okay. Are you guys
There
ready?
you go. Perfect.
Okay, bear with me. I've never done this. I'm very nervous.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I can't believe that we're finally standing here. The past year and a half, and let's be real, my whole life, I've been dreaming about this day and moment. Trying to put my thoughts and feelings together to write these vows has been the hardest part of wedding planning because I have so much I want to say and share with you. I first want to thank your sister Olivia for making me allow her to give you my number almost 9 years ago. For those of you that don't know, but I know you know now, Olivia and I worked together while I was in high school, and she insisted that we met based off of our astrological signs. My original thought when she told me was, he's kind of old. Fast forward to when we finally met in person a few months after texting. The first thing you said to me was, wow, you're a lot shorter than I thought. I'm not sure if that was a good thing or a bad thing. Now, here we are, almost 9 years later, about to become husband and wife. Since then, we have been through so much together. A lot of firsts, a lot of laughter and happiness, some tough times too, some losses in our families, and some really challenging times. You've been there through everything with me, through all the laughter and the tears. You've been my partner and my support system and made me feel at home no matter the situation. One of my favorite memories with you was when we were in Palm Springs for a little spur-of-the-moment trip. I know you know which one I'm talking about. We had the best day at the pool, playing music and drinking way too many margaritas. That night we went out to a bar full of retired people, to our surprise. We were in the middle of the dance floor dancing to oldies without a care in the world, and I just remember looking at you and knowing this was what the rest of my life would be like, and I was so happy about that. Now every time we go to this old person bar, and it'll never get old dancing with you there. What I love most about you is how you are the only person in the world that can put a smile on my face no matter the situation or how inappropriate the situation. You make me laugh every single day of my life. For those of you that don't know, Cole and I have been working from home together for the past year and a half. We also work out together. We have a lot of the same friends as well, so it's been constant togetherness. And what's so crazy is I truly still can't get enough of you. The second you leave to go golf or see your family or friends, I'm looking forward to the moment you come home. Or when we're on the couch, I simply cannot not be touching you, even if it's just our toes while we lay on the separate sides. Cole, I truly love you with every ounce of my being. There's never been anything that I've been more sure of. Today, standing here, I don't know how to explain it, but it feels so right, and I know God has put it on my heart that I'm supposed to be here with you. I feel so lucky to be yours, and I don't know what I did to deserve the life that we have. I love it so much and our little family more than anything. I love how silly we are together and how we laugh daily. I love how I always catch you staring at me. I love how you keep a picture of me in your wallet. I love how much my family loves you, and I think they love you more than me at this point. I love how every time we get in the car, you turn on Avril Lavigne because you know she's my favorite, and not only do you listen, but you sing and dance with me.
Nice.
I love how you kiss me every morning when I'm in my morning team calls, and as annoyed as I act, I look forward to it every day. I love how we have our secret sign to say we love each other when we're out with our friends, to not be too mushy-gushy. I love how protective of me you are and how safe you make me feel. I love how when we're driving separately, you always drive behind me to make sure I'm safe. I love everything about you, and the list could go on and on. So today, as I become Leah Winningoff, I promise to be the best wife to you. I promise to never stop laughing at your silly jokes. I promise to always support your crazy investments. Maybe. I promise to be honest and faithful. I promise to encourage, support, and believe in you. I promise to always be understanding and to be forgiving. I promise to always act with kindness and compassion. And I promise to be the best mother to our children. I promise to never stop celebrating you and I love you. I can't wait to be your wife. Thank you for choosing me. Oh.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Wow.
Was it?
Cole and Leah will now exchange rings as a symbol of their vows. An ongoing commitment made to each other. The circles of these rings are made of precious metal to represent the precious nature of their relationship. Being unbroken, each represents unending love. Throughout your marriage, as either of you look upon these rings, you may be reminded of this moment and the love that you have promised. Now, Cole, please acknowledge your intent and love for Leah by placing this ring on Leah's finger. Cole, do you take this woman for your lawful wedded wife, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, as long as you shall both live?
I do.
Now, Leah, please acknowledge your intent and love for Cole by placing this ring on Cole's finger. That would be good. Leah, do you take this man for your lawful wedded husband, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse,
I do.
for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Very good. Before this gathering, Leah and Cole have promised each other undying love and have exchanged rings to wear as a sign of their everlasting commitment to each other. By the power vested in me by the state of California, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Cole, you may kiss the bride.
Okay.
It's my pleasure. Husband and wife.
You say you'll be down in 5. The smell of your perfume is floating down the stairs. You're fixing up your hair like you do. I know that I'll be a mess the second that I see you. You won't be surprised, it happens every time, it's nothing new. It's always on a night like tonight. I thank God you can read my mind, 'cause when you look at me with those eyes, I'm speechless, staring at you standing there in that dress. What it's doing to me ain't a secret, 'cause watching you is all that I can do. And I'm speechless, you already know that you're my weakness. After all this time I'm just as nervous every time you walk into the room. I'm speechless. It started when you said hello, just did something to me. And I've been in a daze ever since the day that we met. You took the breath out of my lungs, can't even fight it, and all of the words out of my mouth without even trying. And I'm speechless, staring at you standing there in that dress. What it's doing to me ain't a secret, 'cause watching you is all that I can do. And I'm speechless, you already know that you're my weakness. After all this time I'm just as nervous every time you walk into the room. I'm speechless. Yeah, baby. It's always on a night like tonight. I thank God you can read my mind, 'cause when you look at me with those eyes, I'm speechless. You're standing there in that dress. Girl, it ain't a secret, 'cause watching you is all that I can do. Oh, I'm speechless. You already know that you're my weakness. After all this time I'm just as nervous every time you walk into the room. I'm speechless. Oh, you know it, baby.
Where do I begin this, my love? Am I blowing down your doorway? Sure that I'll rebuild it this time, and I'll be on my way. Come if you believe me, come if you remember that way. If not, then I will find you this time, wishing you stay. Because it was what it was, the high. 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 How do I forget this? blame it on the winter we've had. Suddenly the finger I pointed is on the other end. Because it was what it was, the highlight. It was what it was, the high, the high. It was what it was, the highlights. It was what it was, the high. Pushing the night, bending the light. I succumb to pushing the night, bending the
Well, you done me and you bet I felt it. I tried to beat you, but you're so hot that I melted. I fell right through the cracks. Now I'm trying to get back. Before the cool done run out, I'll be giving it my bestest. And nothing's gonna stop me but divine intervention. I reckon it's again my turn to win some or learn some. But I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm yours. Well, open up your mind and see like me. Open up your plans and damn, you're free. I look into your heart and you'll find love, 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 and love. Listen to the music of the moment, people dance and sing. We're just one big family, and it's our God-forsaken right to be loved, 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 loved. So I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm sure there's no need to complicate. Our time is short. This is our fate. I'm yours. Do you, but do you, but do you want to come on? I scooch on over closer, dear, and I will nibble your ear.
All right. Well, it's good that everyone's here today. And by the way, you guys all made the final cut, so feel good about that. The final. But special thanks to Aaron and Alex Alonso for hosting it. What a beautiful place here. And a very special thanks to Father Mike over there. He did a heck of a job. Way to go, Father Mike. So anyways, I'm going to start out with Cole. When I first met Cole, he was a tall, quiet, gangly kid from Mission Viejo, California. And I remember I told Leah, I go, yeah, he's a nice guy. You know, it's kind of quiet. I don't know him really well, but I go, so what's his last name? And she said, Winninghoff. And I go, oh, okay. And under my breath, I'm thinking, thank God it wasn't Losinghoff. Could you imagine that? But as time went on, Cole and I have become pretty close. He's got a good sense of humor, which I like. So we've actually become pretty close. So that's a good thing. And you know, just knowing Cole, how good he is and how good he is with Leah, and then I met Claudia and Russ, I know where he gets it from. He's got some good background there, so you guys did good.
Damn right.
Oh, and another thing, geez, and you see how tall, what are you, 6'4"? Yeah. So we got a little more height in the family, so grandkids are going to be a little taller, hopefully. All right, moving on to the famous Leah. I got so many nicknames for Leah. I mean, Leah Marie, Boo Bear, but one of my favorites, I call her Schnitzel Fritz. That's one of her good nicknames. But anyway, so Leah is, I mean, like Cole said, she's a little girl, but oh my God, she does have the biggest heart. And Leah would do anything, family or friends. Leah is one of the sweetest and kindest people that you'd ever known. So you're a good kid, and I'm proud of you. But anyways, and I'm really looking forward to them. I know they're going to be together forever, and I'm really looking forward to grandkids. It sounds like that's not far away. Yeah.
I'm in.
So anyways, let's all enjoy the rest of this beautiful evening, and if everyone wants to lift their glass, cheers to Cole and Leah.
Well, cheers, ladies and gentlemen. One more time, make some noise for the father of your bride. That's Craig tonight.
Hello, everyone. If I have not had a chance to meet you yet, I am Claudia, Cole's mom. So I want to thank everyone for being here on this very special day celebrating Cole and Leah. And so, just like Leah had a few nicknames, Cole had a few nicknames growing up. Colito, as his Grandpa Fernando would call him. And Cole, I know Grandpa, if you were here today, he would be so proud of you. Meatball, as his Grandpa Vince would call him, because Cole was pretty much bald for the first year of his life. Which is funny, because those of you who knew him in middle school, he was known for his long, wavy hair, and I think he spent most of his time doing this, rather than studying. So I called him Coley Bug, because to me, he was as cute as a bug, but also to my horror one day, I saw him with a roly-poly pill bug in his mouth, which really surprised me because he was such a picky eater. I think his diet consisted of grilled cheese sandwiches until he was 12 years old, or the occasional Boboli pizza, and I'm pretty sure Chris, his best man, shared a few of those at our house as well, but without cheese for Chris. Yeah, just bread. Russ, Cole's dad, called him King Cole because he thought I spoiled him way too much, and that in my eyes, King Cole could never do anything wrong. Growing up and today, Cole has always been easygoing, funny. His T-Rex and celebrity voice imitations have always entertained our family, caring and loyal. When Grandpa Vince was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, we called Cole the Grandpa Whisperer because he was the only one Grandpa would allow to watch over him when Grandma Janet needed a break. Janet told me many times how much she appreciated that Cole would sit with Grandpa and he would later say to her, "Well, that boy you had watching me today was a good one." He complained about all the other caretakers. I don't ever remember Cole being upset or in a fight with any of his friends. And the fact that he has friends here today, from preschool all the way through college, standing up and supporting him and Leah, attests to the loyal and supportive friend base he has maintained through the years. Being easygoing, caring, loyal, and having a good sense of humor are all excellent qualities to bring into a marriage. Yep. Of course, when King Cole brings a serious girlfriend home for us to meet, Mom is suspect. But I did have a heads up that Olivia, Cole's sister, actually introduced Leah to Cole, so I knew she was probably going to be okay. My first impression of Leah, wow, she is so beautiful. But as I got to know Leah, I could see she is also very sweet, like her dad said, very smart, organized, and focused. Yay, she's perfect to keep Cole on schedule. Cole and Leah together, of course, make a beautiful couple. But more importantly, over the years, I have seen how they complement and support each other. It makes Russ and me happy to see and proud to see how they together have worked hard to reach their goals of buying and refurbishing a home and caring for Lila, the little princess of the family, at least until the grandbabies come. I saw how Cole and Leah both cared for and supported each other when their first little puppy had health issues, and how they are so proud of each other when they both achieve successes in their careers. How they make compromises even after initially disagreeing on the remodel of their home, or even when planning this wedding.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Okay, last one. Almost done.
To me, all of these things point to a great partnership for a long and lasting marriage. So if we can all please, again, raise our glasses to Cole and Leah. May you continue to grow, love, laugh together from this day forward. We all love you.
One more time for Claudia, the mother of your groom tonight, folks. Let her hear it out there.
Just taking that in. Yeah, she's married. She's married. She's already married. I just wanted to say thank you so much to my mom and dad for making this happen. I know it's a lot of time and effort that goes into wedding planning. Obviously, Leah's killed it planning it. She's so organized, but it couldn't be possible without the Alonzos, the Winninghoffs, and we can't wait to just have a huge, big, happy family. We're so excited. Seems like just yesterday we were performing for mom and dad with the white stool in our family room, and we were so into it. We would choreograph, and you would love getting dressed up, and here you are in your beautiful gown today, and this is real. This is your real wedding. I can't talk. I'm so nervous.
You're doing great.
Really nervous. Growing up, we fought like sisters did, but we always had each other's back. Whether it was, we argued over clothes, and I'd come to school and I could see she'd change outfits, and she'd look at me and wink and run away, as any younger sister would. But if anyone messed with any of us, or one of us, we would always have each other's back. No matter what, no questions asked, that was just how it is. And I know Leah, as we've all said, that she just has a heart of gold. And I know that the way you treat everyone close to you, your friends and your family, you have the biggest heart. And I've truly enjoyed getting to know your friends the past year. You guys are so much fun, and thank you so much for making this past year amazing for Leah. It's really amazing. And I know how much you treat Cole with such love and respect, and I love the way I see how he treats you. Just really quick, before I say how amazing Cole is, right up in the room before they're getting ready, Cole just comes in and he's like, "Can I just touch your hand, Leah? I'm really nervous and I just want to touch your hand. I just need, we're not going to..." So for me, there's video. So for me, this is tough Cole, and I'm seeing this side, and you bring out the best side of my sister. I've never seen her happier, and the smile you give her, I'm so excited for the two of you. And I know you've already accomplished so much. I'm so proud of you both. Yes, Leah, I've watched you grow into this, but I've known Cole now for a long time, and it's been so much fun getting to know you, and I'm so excited you're gonna be my brother. You are my brother. Oh my gosh, it's already happened, right? The wedding happened. Okay, I love you guys so much, and I'm so proud of you. That's all I just keep thinking is how my younger sister, she's doing it. She's did it like, and how organized and on it you are, and just you've grown into this beautiful, you're so composed and calm, and just how you carry yourself. I know you were my little sister, but I've looked up to you my whole life. I love you. So if everyone can raise a glass, Cole and Leah. I wish you guys a lifetime of happiness. Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, your maid of honor tonight. Keep it going for Danielle out there.
Hello. First of all, thank you to the Alonzos, the Hansons, the Winninghoffs for all making this happen. This is awesome. Hey, everybody. Can I first say that these two somehow found a way to look even better than they usually do tonight? That's insane. It should not be allowed to look this good. Thank you. I'm really happy this day is here, truly so happy for both of you. For those who don't know me, my name is Chris, and I've been a part of Cole's family for quite some time now. Not by blood, but I lived up the street from Cole essentially my whole life. And from the ages of 2 to 18, I think I've spent more nights at their place than I did my own place. And I think Claudia can vouch for that. Hi, Mom. She's my mom. I've always felt comfortable calling Claudia Mom, but I don't think I've ever called Russ Dad. Have I, Russ? Yeah.
Call him Daddy.
You were scary. Russ was scary. This big German guy with silver hair and the deepest voice you've ever heard. Russ was like the final boss of a video game to me growing up. And he commanded respect, and he got it. He definitely got it. Yet Cole and I still did the dumbest stuff. Racing your expensive office chairs down the hill when you weren't home. Calling 911 from your house. Thinking the police wouldn't know who called. Writing our initials in the wet pavement of your neighbor's sidewalk 20 feet from your house. One time we even put soap in the neighbor's jacuzzi to make a giant bubble bath. Yeah, Kaylee, that was your house. Your dad was not happy at all. Unfortunately, I could keep going. Olivia was a big part of our lives as well. Cole and I would push her buttons. Oh my gosh, she would yell at us. Not just yell, she would scream. Seriously, my parents once heard her from our house, a street up, yelling at me and Cole. But look at us now.
What a turnaround.
Love you, Livy. You know, growing up, Cole just seemed like a normal best friend to me. We played video games, we had sleepovers, and Claudia would take us to Blockbuster and she'd let us pick out our favorite candy along with whatever movie we nabbed. Normal stuff. But growing up, the more I knew Cole, the more I went through school with Cole, the more I realized everyone wanted to be Cole's friend. Seriously, everyone. Everybody liked Cole. He was like a famous 10-year-old. Socializing and making friends with what seemed like new people every single day. His classmates adored him. Parents loved him. His teachers wanted to be him. On top of that, he was super athletic, always doing something at recess, tying the highest knots on the tetherball courts, schooling people on the soccer field, or even showing off his grass cutter in handball. And it didn't take long for me to realize, I have the coolest best friend in school. And to this day, Cole's been trending just the same. Everyone he comes in contact with ends up loving him within minutes, and it's truly quite amazing. My point is, I love this family as if they were my own, and today we get to officially add another one to the mix, this wonderful woman, Leah. When I first met Leah, I knew right away she was too good for Cole. Not because Cole isn't great, obviously, but because she'd be too good for anyone. She's kind, genuine, and caring. And she's always such a pleasure to be around. Whenever I see Leah, she's always the first to ask me a thoughtful question and quickly get caught up on and quickly get caught up on my love life.
Oh, yeah.
She always likes hearing about what's going on in that area of my life. But I like telling her because she has great female insight, and I appreciate that. She's always a welcomed addition to any situation, and honestly, she's sneaky funny. Sometimes I think she's even funnier than Cole. And that's saying something because Cole is the funniest person I know. He can impersonate what seems like almost anything and anyone. He sent our group chat an audio message the other day of him doing a Morgan Freeman from Shawshank Redemption. And I almost spit out my beer. It was so good. And that's just one of the many. He can do anything almost perfectly, and they're insanely funny, and I just truly appreciate them. Cole, you're the only person I know who got LASIK eye surgery and still asks us just as much, if not more, if we saw where your golf ball went.
You're so small.
Yet, you're still my favorite person to golf with, my favorite person to party with, and my all-time favorite person to be around. The only thing better than your best friend getting married is your best friend getting married to someone as great as Leah. So here's to you two.
Keep it going for Chris out there, ladies and gentlemen, your best man tonight.
Okay, so I have to start out with the classic line. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Cole's older sister, Olivia. When Cole was younger, he was a huge dork. Anything dorky, he played and dressed the part. He played Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Magic trading cards, and of course, World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft was especially annoying because we didn't really fight much growing up unless Christopher was over or Cole was hogging the computer playing that stupid game. He would tell me I could get on the computer right after this battle, and I didn't know that World of Warcraft battles would last literally for 3 hours. Now to this day, he dabbles in World of Warcraft still, and I'm sure other questionable games, but I can say that his style has dramatically improved. Until about 7th grade, Cole could be seen wearing some sort of dinosaur t-shirt, red ankle sweatpants with shin-high socks and running shoes. And he literally hated jeans. If my parents made him wear jeans, which was very rare, he would literally have a mental breakdown. Cole never really shows emotions about anything, but with jeans, it was like he was possessed. One time, we were in the back seat and he was forced to wear jeans and he was like literally having a seizure, clawing at his legs. He was rocking back and forth while kicking the seats and screaming. He was having a complete mental breakdown. Which is so funny looking back on because now he loves clothes and he thinks he's a Rico Suave. So Cole has always been there for me. Whenever I was having a fight with my parents or anything, I could always count on him to check on me and make sure I was okay. Even if it was just a simple, "Are you okay?" It still meant a lot to me. He also let me sleep in his room on the top bunk for a year after I saw the movie Sixth Sense. I was still and am complete the biggest baby when it comes to scary movies, and I couldn't sleep by myself for the longest time, and he never complained. Although if it were the other way around, he knows I would never let him sleep in my room. Growing up, Dad would always say to me, "Olivia, you need to be nicer to your little brother. He looks up to you. You need to stop being mean." And I would always think, yeah, that's the point. I can take advantage of it. I literally just tell him what to do. Okay, pause. Yeah, so he would do whatever I say, but it backfired because he grew up, and now I'm sure if you're close with Cole, you know he doesn't do anything that he doesn't want to do. So you're welcome, Leah, and sorry for that. He did listen to me one time as an adult, and that's only when I told him to text you and try to hang out with you. And look where we are now. So, but yeah, now I can officially stop telling him what to do because Leah does a much better job. And now on to Miss Leah. I finally get the little sister that I never had. She is one of the kindest and most sincere people I have literally ever met, but she also scares me a little. I make fun of her and call her a little Sour Patch Kid because usually she's really sweet, but then sometimes she can be a little sour. When I first met Leah, we were both working at Hannah's. She was a cute little hostess, and I was a server. I think she was only 16 at the time. I would go up to the hostess stand and we would just gossip and talk about the boy she was dating and astrology signs. She probably thought I was crazy about the astrology part, but it ended up working out in the end. Well, now you guys all know because everyone has said it, but I set Leah and Cole up solely based on their signs. Cole's a Libra and Leah's a Gemini, 2 air signs, match made in heaven. But I am so happy for the both of you and that my brother has truly found the best girl to marry. To be honest, the only person I thought Cole was going to marry was Christopher. So now I want you both to look into each other's eyes and know that statistically speaking, you're looking at the person most likely to murder you. Love you both.
Love you both.
Keep it going, ladies and gentlemen. That's Olivia out there. Make some noise.
That was louder than I thought. Yeah. Well, we just want to take a moment to say thank you for everybody that's here. You guys are truly the people that mean the most to us.
I want to thank Aaron and Alex for opening their beautiful home to us. Today is everything I ever could have dreamed of for our wedding day. My parents and Cole's parents, you guys have done so much to put this day together, and we appreciate you so much. The bridesmaids, the groomsmen, and everybody in between, thank you guys so much for being here. We love all of you so much, and I better see you on the dance floor with 2 drinks in your hands. Cheers to you guys. Thank you all so much. Just as it.
Thank you, everyone. What she said. No, seriously. But yeah, thank you to Aaron and Alex for opening their home. This is amazing. Like I said, I never used to think about weddings and stuff like that, but this is just awesome. So, love you all. Thank you so much. Let's party.
One more round of applause for your bride and groom tonight. That's Cole and Leah.
The dogs are excited too.
Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Will it be yes if I can falling in love with you? Like a river flows sweetly to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my whole life too. I can't help falling in love with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause for your bride and groom tonight. Make some noise for Cole and Leah.
Gotta hold on easy as I let you go. Gonna tell you how much I love you, though you think you already know. I remember I thought you looked like an angel wrapped in pink, so soft and warm. You've had me wrapped around your finger since the day you were born. You're beautiful, baby, from the outside in, chasing dreams, but always know the road that'll lead you home again. No, I won't take on this whole world, but to me, you know you'll always be my little girl.
One more round of applause for your bride and her father, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for them. But this time we'd like to invite Cole, our groom, out to the dance floor with his lovely mother, Claudia, for our mother-son dance.
I just met you, seems like yesterday. You opened up your eyes and I recognized your face. You know that you're the one that we've been waiting for. We're gonna keep you safe. First time I held you in my arms, I knew I'd love you all the way. I took you in at night, another day's passed. Every week goes by a little faster than the last. It wasn't so long ago, we walked together and you held my hand. Now you're getting too big to want to, but I hope you'll always understand that I'm always gonna lift you up. And I'm never gonna let you down. No matter what you do, I'm forever proud of you. Love you forever now. Through your ears I hear it, through your eyes I see. A world full of magic, full of possibility. You know as well as anybody how tough this life can be. You've got so much strength inside you, a strength I pray you'll never need. And I'm always gonna lift you up. And I'm never gonna let you down. Time flies by. Hope you realize that I love you forever now.
Ladies and gentlemen, give a big round of applause. That's your groom and his lovely mother. Give it up for them. Keep it going, folks.
Never see clearly till you stop crying. I never found it till I stopped trying. I stumbled upon you, fell through the ceiling tiles. I started a fire to smoke out my treasons, tore down a building to pick up the pieces. Now on a clear glass wall, I can see our fate. But is it real too late? Oh, if you hear this, I must have made it through. Oh, when the clouds are gone, open up through my window, I'll see the sky is still blue. Never hold on to what we believe in. I think I've lost you. Tell me I'm dreaming. Why do we wait to live till we begin to die? I made the incision, I beg found my sign. Oh, I finally realized I was born to go blind. Oh, if you're hearing this, I must have made it through. Oh, when the clouds above open up to my window, I'll see the sky is still blue. If you're hearing this, I see the sky is still blue. Oh, if you're hearing